So guys, what we have here is the new Pulsar SUPERGLIDE mouse pad that will also be available in a larger size later on. This thing is absolutely massive. But not only do we have the SUPERGLIDE mouse pad, we also have the X2 Mini as well as the full-size X2. These are using Pulsar's new optical switches that sound super crispy, and this is just like a nice little preview for Pulsar's upcoming 2023 updates that they're going to be doing to their mice. Quite honestly guys, over the past couple of years, I have been pretty impressed with what Pulsar has been doing and how fast they have been reacting to community feedback to increase the amount of well reception that they're having is absolutely insane and unprecedented in the industry. If you guys have not already seen Pulsar's 2023 preview video, I will have a link in the description below, but you guys should definitely check it out. They do give you a few things to be excited for in that video. And I know I definitely am looking forward to getting my hands on the new versions of the X2 as well as the X-Lite V3. All right, so the X2 and X2 Mini wireless, these are the Bruce Lee Special Edition. This is the standard one that was available for sale. And then this one is the friends and family version that I think a lot of the influencers got. But quite frankly, guys, I do like these mice quite a bit. More or less, these optical clicks, they just sound so darn crisp. I do think that is a pretty big difference because these optical clicks do sound excellent. Quite frankly, they sound great and they also feel great. Like, these are nice and responsive. I would definitely say that these are some solid competitors to the KLGM 8.0s that they use in their current mice. Now, the scroll wheel on the Bruce Lee edition is also very nice as well. This is using a TTC encoder that I hope they continue to use in the future on their new versions of their mice. And the side buttons on this one also feel very nice with these new and improved optical clicks. Can't wait for these to come to more mice in the very near future. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the SUPERGLIDE mouse pad. This thing is so nice, like when you just move your finger across it, it hardly even feels gritty at all. This SUPERGLIDE mouse pad is very premium and it also performs extremely well. I kid you not, this thing is so controlled that you would be surprised that you're playing on a hard pad. And the smoothness of this pad, like there is the slightest amount of grit on it, but it's nothing that would distract you like while gaming. Like, you're moving your mouse pad across and it definitely sounds slightly quieter than some other glass mouse pads that I've used in the past, and that is definitely a huge attractor for me because I don't always game with headphones on, and it was really annoying like moving your mouse around and hearing a ton of noise from your mouse pad. It's still noisy, it's not silent, but it is a little bit quieter than the competition. This rubberized backing that Pulsar is using is not going to slide anywhere on your desk. It is quite sticky, but not too sticky where you would worry about it sticking to your desk and peeling off the surface. This pad is $95, and again, they do plan on making a bigger desk pad version that they just showed on Twitter, so I think that that will look really cool if you are looking to have your entire desk covered in a big red, white, or black glass mouse pad. And the last thing that I'll say about the SUPERGLIDE mouse pad is the fact that you don't need to use a gaming sleeve on this pad. It is not that sticky and your skin is not going to stick to it unless you just live in a like super hot climate or you're a really sweaty gamer. You won't have any problems worrying about gliding your arm across this mouse pad. It will increase the noise level a little bit. It's not going to be bad enough to ruin your experience if you are looking for the best hard pad in the game. Next, we're going to be moving on to the new hybrid mouse pads that Pulsar has out right now, namely being the new ES1 as well as the ES2. And starting off with my favorite being the ES1, this one is a very nice, super fine grit hybrid mouse pad where you're not gonna feel like it's scratching your skin as you're using it like an artisan hand would. This one is just a much more fine grit akin to something that's like an Odin Infinity V2, but a little bit slower and more controlled. Infinity V2 is gonna be faster than this pad, and I also do enjoy using that one. But this is going to be slightly softer and slightly slower with good stopping power. And personally, I do think that this one has better stopping power than the next one that we're going to go over, but more or less this one is just incredibly smooth, super nice on your skin. It is definitely a premium feeling mouse pad, and both mouse pads use this new polyurethane base that Pulsar has. It's called Alpha Cell high density polyurethane. More or less, you're not going to be moving any of these pads on your desk at all. These things are stuck like glue. Again, the ES1 is my preferred pad out of the two. It's going to be a little bit more on the faster controlled side with decent stopping power, and I definitely do think that if you don't already have an Odin Infinity V2, this might be worth picking up to try out. Next, we have the ES2 from Pulsar, and they do describe this one to be a little bit slower than the ES1, but personally, after using it, this pad definitely does feel a little bit faster. The surface is more velvety than a fine grit hybrid pad, so you're not really going to get the same feel that you would as the previous one where it feels more like an Odin Infinity V2. This one definitely feels more like a cloth pad that has a velvety surface, probably a little bit more similar to an Odin Andromeda mouse pad. With that being said, the stopping power on this one is worse than the ES1. So if you're playing something like tac shooters, Valorant, I wouldn't use this pad. Maybe I would consider this pad for something more high paced like Call of Duty or Apex, but if you're playing tactical shooters, this is not going to be the one that you're going to want to go for. Now, this is a fun pad to use, but my shots did feel less consistent on this mouse pad compared to the ES1. I would buy this if you're looking for a more velvety surface, but personally, the velvetiness to it has to come with more control than this offers for me to perform a lot better in game. The nice part about these ES series mouse pads is that you do get them shipped flat, so you don't have to worry about rolling them out and having creases and ridges in your mouse pads, as well as the edges on the pads are absolutely incredible. Some of the best stitching in the game, in my opinion. But that's going to be it for this quick wrap up of some future things coming from Pulsar, taking a quick look at the Bruce Lee edition mice that I had on hand, as well as the Bruce Lee edition mouse pads. You can buy the standard versions of these mice and mouse pads from Pulsar directly, or also on Amazon. I will have some links in the description below. You can also purchase the Superglide mouse pad directly through them, as well as some other vendors. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed, feel free to drop a like and subscribe to the channel as well. And let me know if you guys want me to take a look at the X-Lite V3 when it comes out, and the updated version of the X2 with the OLED screen. That thing looks insane. And it's kind of cool where you really don't need software to download and install on your computer because it's right on your mouse. And by the way, I did not forget that SteelSeries did put an OLED screen on a mouse a long time ago, so it's not original, but it is pretty innovative to do it in a new way that hasn't been done before. I will see you in the next video.